Hey guys, this is Stefan again. This is going to be a short video about some sort of item builds that I suggest. I see people ask about this a few times and people are confused what to build, what's good in the new patch, and so on. So this is going to be for jungle. I'm going to make a few jungle suggestions for now, and if people want a mid lane build suggestions, then I will also go through that probably tomorrow. Also, tonight I will be making a video about why I like Proto Belt. So if you're not sure if you should build a Proto Belt or not, you should definitely stay tuned for that. And I had some really good clips. And okay, so for items, let's go into our item sets. So this is a pretty solid build that you see here. This build is I would say this build is a good basic, but obviously we want something more than just this. So let's change around a little bit. So let's take out our Sonias, let's take our Abyssal, and let's take the Void Staff out. So for jungle, I would say Proto Belt is probably one of the best items right now. Not in terms of stats, not in terms of... The item is really good. And again, I'll get into that in the next video about why the Proto Belt is so good. But okay, so for a build, I would say that you could also go Lichbane after Proto Belt. You could take a build such as, you could take a build like this. Wait, not that. Meant to do that. You could take something like this if you want to take something like this. This is also a decent build. Again, I think that all items right now are pretty good on Diana, so you kind of have to work around what you're playing against. So okay, let's take these out again, and let's start from here. So you don't want to get a Proto Belt. Let's say you're against a Zed. Well, I would say Sonya's would be a must here. If you're against like a Zed or Riven Yasuo sort of thing, or a big combo. And let's say you're not snowballing very much. You've got 5 kills after 20 minutes. You're on okay amounts of farm. Then I would still suggest getting the Proto Belt here. You can do it in either order because the Proto Belt gives you tankiness too. So, okay, we have a build like this. This is a build, it's pretty defensive, right? But we want to be an off tank for our team. So let's add an Abyssal as well. And now let's go down here and let's also grab our Rylai. This is not our Rylai. Let's grab our Rylai as well. This build is, if you want to be an off tank for your team, this build is really solid. You have 300 health, you have 400 health, then you have some magic resist, you have some armor, then you could take strength of the ages. This is kind of like a decent off tank build. But okay, let's say you don't want to be an off tank, but you want to be a tank, right? So if your team has like a Yasuo top lane, Zed mid lane, and Morgana support, you really need a tank jungler, but you want to play Diana. Alright, well, you could do that too. So, what we're going to do there is we're going to go out of ability power, we're going to go into armor. For the first item that I would say that we should get is Iceborne Gauntlet. This item has been nerfed a few times, but this item is still really good. It gives us cooldown reduction. Add a Sunfire Cape into that. Then let's go into health. Let's make ourselves a pretty decent build here. We can add Rylai here. That, again, you don't need to be a full tank. We can have some AP. Oh, you don't want Spirit Visage? You want a little bit more damage? Well, then you can go and then we can add an Abyssal into this. Let's see, where's our Abyssal? I've lost it. It's gone. There it is. So here's, this build is also decently tanky. This will give you, again, you'll have some damage. You're really tanky with this build, but you'll still have some damage. So, okay. You're snowballing really hard and you wanna really carry your game. So I would say these two items are 100% core. I would say always get these items when you're jungling now. They're really good. So you're really getting far ahead. You got 10 kills, 20 minutes. How do you close out the game? What build do you get? Well, I would say that we would start off with a Proto Belt. This Proto Belt scales really well if you're ahead of the enemy. It's got 0.35 ability power scaling. It's really good, but it's not just for the damage. So it's not just for the damage. You get tankiness, you get cooldown reduction, you get AP, you get a dash. That dash is not big, but you'll see in my video that I'll release tonight about the Proto Belt. That dash might not be a lot, but it fits us perfectly. So, do you need to split push? You're really far ahead, so you could split push. Force them to send 2 people to deal with you. So if you want to do that, you could go for Nashers. You could go for Nashers. But let's say you don't want to split push. You want to go like, yes, I want to win this game. I'm really strong now. I want to carry the game. Take a Lichbane. Lichbane is probably the best item when you're snowballing on Diana right now. In my opinion, at least. This is not proven mathematically, but that's my opinion on it. So what do you get now? You're really snowballing. You got 15 kills, 30 minutes. You want to close out this game. So items that I would say get now is, okay, if your team has Magic Resist, you'd get Void Staff first. And to protect, you could get Sonya's. But personally, I don't think Sonya's is worth getting anymore unless they have a really AD heavy team. So again, Yasuo said Riven sort of thing. I wouldn't get Sonya's unless you're against a really big AD team, because the 2-minute cooldown on the active, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. But if you want to get Sonya's to, be able to make those plays, then take Sonya's. So you're snowballing. This is your current build so far. You have 20% CDR. You can get a Nashers to finish off your cooldown reduction if you want. You could also get a Morellonomicon. This is not a bad item, but I would not suggest it. Not anymore. I would say that if you want the cooldown reduction, you should probably take Nashers. Unless you need the Morello against something like Vladimir. Something that heals a lot. So, you could get that. Or, you could just take the good old Death Cap. This is a really strong build when you're snowballing. This build, if you get to all these items, your Proto Belt will do more damage than your Q. And that's not an exaggeration. Want to know why I know this? Well, let's look at my match history. This is not my match history. Let's look at my match history. Sure. Look at these. I've been playing around with these. So Abyssal is good, as I said. Rylai's is still good. I haven't been building Sonya's. I don't feel like the item is worth it anymore. Been playing mid lane too. Proto Belt everywhere. It's winning every game, almost. So yeah. I don't think I missed anything, but. As I say, if you don't want the Death Cap, you could go for the Sonya's Hourglass. You could take an Hourglass, or you could. Yeah, I would say that this is probably. I'd say that these 5 items are probably the best when you're snowballing if they have Magic Resist. Then you can always add a Death Cap either before the Void Staff or after. Especially if you get a Red Dragon, the Death Cap is really strong. So, I know this video might seem a little rushed. That's kind of because it is, but at the same time not. All of the items are pretty good on Diana. I mean, Hextech GLP is good, but I just feel like other items are better. I think it's up to just personal preference. Like, you might not like the Proto Belt, but I've had a lot of success with it, and if I have success with an item, it's good, and I really enjoy the playstyle of being, you could QR into someone, walk a bit further away, and then use your Hextech Proto Belt into them, and they'll die. You can use it for wave clear, but as I said, that will all come in the next video. I'm going to talk about the Hextech Proto Belt. If you have any questions about the builds for jungle, feel free to ask in the comments. I think that's about it. The items that I would say are a no-no would be Liandry's Torment. Not a good item. You can go for the magic penetration, but again, I don't think the item is worth it in terms of cost efficiency. Hextech Gunblade, no. Okay, the heal is good. The AP is good. It's still 3,400 gold, and we don't scale with attack damage whatsoever. And Hextech Gunblade is good for people who scale with both. So also, just one small tip: when you're playing, build this item before you buy your sorcerer shoes. This item is broken as hell. Like this, you'll see it in the video tonight. This item is broken as hell. Get this item as soon as you finish your jungle item. Buy this right away. Right away. If you want to go for a pro build, that is. If you don't, then, you know, fair enough, but I highly recommend it. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, leave a like, let me know. If you don't like it, dislike it, all good. Tell me what you would think that I did wrong. If there's something you disagree with, let me know. This has been Stefan. You can check me out on my stream in the description. And if you have questions, you can message me on the YouTube, and I'll answer. Most definitely. At least while I can. While there's not too many people, I'll be able to answer every question that people have. If you have a question about a specific item, feel free to just ask. I have played around with almost all the items now, and I have a pretty good idea which item is good. So thanks for watching, and peace out.